Yo, what's poppin' people? It's Checkmate, back at it again with the world's first post 1.0 sub 6 levels for Underworld with Mouse Skull. We get a Hestia start, in which we take Heat Rush, because the rest of the options are kinda ass, and Heat Rush is the least ass of them all. Here we Artificer into our Hermes Boon, and we take Nitro for movement speed, because Fields exists. Here I deliberate for a bit, before picking Selene, because I do not want to see her take future reward rooms. The Hex doesn't really matter that much, as speedruns don't really use Hexes in the first place. So we choose Twilight. We take the gold room for more gold, obviously. And we get a hammer room right after, which is really nice, as we can get offered Possessed Array, which if you've seen my 419 Underworld, you'll know why we really want it. And we get offered Possessed Array, so we take it. And we get a damn mini boss room, and it's the Shadow Spiller. And here we take Frigid, because it helps us outrun Sheep Ball. And we get Nem immediately right after, which is huge for our timer. Here we Artificer into our Palm, which is kinda ass since Frigid Rush Palm doesn't really do anything, and we get Mid Shot. And we buy the Mystery Boon, in which it gives us Hera, and we take Born Gain from her, which is the best gain for Possessed Array. And we take the Magic obviously, and we take the Magic so that we can get more Possessed Array procs, in which it gives us Fountain Room, which is nice for a timer. We take the Magic again so that we can have a chance of getting Artie, but unfortunately we don't get Artie. And we take the Apollo room for the chance of getting his attack. That which we get, which is huge for our damage, and we enter Hecate at 122, which is super mid for my standards. We take Weed Killer from Dem, which is huge for damage, especially since we don't have Origination. And we take the Palm, and which we palm Weed Killer. And now it's time for the Hecate fight. Unfortunately, we got Lunar Ray as our Hecate pattern, which is really unlucky since it's the slowest of them all, but it's fine. Shoutouts to Frigid Rush for being absolutely goated in this fight, specifically. And we kill Hecate at 159, which is kinda ass, but as we see later on, that doesn't matter that much. We take Fig next, obviously, since it's a speedrun. And we buy the Ixion, since it's a free skip. We take the free Chaos Room. And we take the only great option out of the free. And we get our daily dose of mommy nicks. Here we artificer into an Apollo boon, in which we take perfect damage since it's global damage. And we take mid shop, and we buy the Hera boon, and which gives us cherished heirloom, so we had to take it. We enter the mini boss room, which offers Hestia, and it's King Vermin. Slowest mini boss out of the free available, but it's fine, as we kill that rat quickly. And Hestia gives us Slow Cooker, which is nice for our damage since it's more power. And we get Narc, which is nice for a timer. And he gives us Mixed Blessings, which gives us another Hera boon. And we take Fine Line from her, which is gonna add like 300 more so damage to each PRA proc. And we get another Hera boon, in which Fig gets proc, finally. And we take her special, because it's one step closer towards origination. And we enter Sirens at 226, which is absolute cinema. On high tier, Sirens is probably like the worst boss to fight, other than Promocles of course, so it feels so satisfying to face them this quickly. So each of them go down, and we get the Roxy feature, which doesn't matter that much as we kill Roxy almost instantly. There goes Jetty, there goes Scylla, and there goes Charybdis, and we kill Sirens at 250, which is crazy. Sub-minute Oceanus, even with rivals on, is dubious work.
And that was an absolutely insane Oceanus. Pick up the Gorgonite here. It's heroic rarity, rank 4, whatever you want to call it. So looking forward to the heroic Athena boon. Nothing to purge there, and we move on to Fields. On this pace, Fields could easily go off the rails, get unlucky, and get Echo Scam, get a 3-3 Fields. Hoping to see 2 here, and we do. It's a hammer, which is nice. Not that we need the damage, but hey, extra damage always helps, especially when we're going first on 6. The mortars do not help. That is, not the mortars, the munchers do not help. They're very low weight, but thankfully Athena shows up before long. I can click the tree and continue on this absolutely insane run. Speaking of insane, boosted ignition is great there. Helps out PRA, helps out damage. Volatile array also would have been good there. Defensive posture, pretty nice too. That'll let me take a little bit of, not even a little bit, a ton of risks and just charge in knowing I will have a little bit of invulnerability. So into the mini boss, hoping it is not the Mourner, but that is okay. We will just delete it, avoid that first attack. Pattern was kind, and we are hoping for a cast, which we get. Arctic Ring is nice, it's epic, a little bit of extra damage. Easy way to proc origination, not like that really moves the needle at this point. So from Echo, we're hoping to see reward, or gold, and we get both. The gold situation is a little low, so may as well just take reward. And we do get Squeen, which I think is the right choice here because it's only 15 extra magic. We have a ton and it's just going to be really helpful for absorbing that extra hit. At this point, the build is complete. We just don't want to die in a stupid way. A 3 encounter fields will be fine, but this open layout is bad until we get the fig leaf, and the fig leaf rescues it. Not only that, we get a slow cooker edition and the epic dazzling display, which is just the cherry on top of an absolutely insane build. Actually, the cherry on top is this encounter, which is a mini boss style enemy, which means a super quick fight. Gets deleted, another mini boss style enemy to allow us another extremely quick fight. So you are looking at paid dues would have been a crazy meme. Didn't take it, just took the starter step, but you are looking at a field from start to finish, door to exit is 41 seconds, I think. That is truly insane. 52 seconds, I think. But either way, when we're looking for a quick Cerberus, we know that this initial phase is going to be over pretty quickly. Same with the ads. Fine Line and PRA just doing insane work. Would have been nice if Cerb spawned not there. I don't know why he spawned all the way over here. That was a little bit of a weird situation. But the Fine Lines are going off. Cerb's giving us good patterns, eating some damage. Doesn't really matter. He is dead. So from entrance of fields to exit, we are looking at about 1 minute and 10 seconds. One of the most absolutely insane fields that you will see. Could not be more excited. At this point, the sub 6 is feeling very real. I'm feeling a little nervous. I'm feeling like Tartarus could really ruin my day if we don't get a couple of things that go our way, which is basically just Fig Leaf proc. Like if we get Fig Scammed, it's over. And if we don't get at least a couple of good encounters, it's going to be close. I think it should be fine. Just need not the worst Tartarus ever. And of course, for Kronos and for some of the bigger armored enemies, we do have that rank 4 White Antler, which is one of the best keepsakes. Probably the reason why Cherished Heirloom is such an absolutely insane duo. Just another cherry on top of this build. It's feeling like Room 1 Fig, and it is. So that's great. Huge layout that gets solved there. We see this room. It's a little bigger than we would like, but it is the Satyrs, and the Satyrs are high weight. Same with this Thug, so it's a quick fight, and we are on to the next encounter. Looking to see a small room here, and we do. It's Armored Thugs. This is one of the best rooms you want to see in Tartarus. As you can see here, we are on to the second to last encounter, and it's 20 seconds in. So we're looking good. The skulls are less than ideal, but you're almost always going to get skulls in Tart. And at least these are armored, which means there'll be a lot fewer of them I have to kill. So I'll finish this up here. Thank you, Fine Lines. And we are on to the final encounter. Just hope for not this room, basically. Pretty much the unluckiest part of this run so far, at least in the back half, was getting this room full of skulls and gold bags. But we do see a Satyr and a Thug pop up here, which is good, especially that armored one. Does help us clear the rest of this room quickly. Nice and close to the exit. Just have to really execute now. We've got 1 minute and 7 seconds for Rivals Kronos. That palm hitting attack was just yet another cherry on top of an absolutely insane build. One of the best builds that I've ever had in a speed run, really any run in general. So let's get into it. Let us take care of business with phase 1 Kronos. Phase 2 Kronos is a damage check, essentially. That's not really a fight. So we are hoping for decent RNG in terms of patterns in phase 1, and then just a good phase 3. Definitely don't want to make any silly mistakes with only 20 armor, and of course the 30 health from White Antler. Pretty standard here. That vacuum move, of course, I believe is scripted. He has a very high chance to do it, so just going to waste time there. Dash through the scythe. Face him again. Not even worried about this mini boss. Just going to go straight in and make sure that we face him quickly before we can do anything else. Into phase 2. Like I said, not really a fight. Just hope you don't get trolled by the insta-kill, which we don't because we have combo broken him. Good spacing there when it comes to the scythe throw, and yep, he's done with the nukes, and we kill him. That's pretty much the ideal phase 2, giving us 38 seconds to deal with phase 3 Kronos. We don't choke it here, get hit, but thankfully still have lovers. We are going through this cutscene and hoping that Kronos gives us a good pattern. Really love the move where he fakes you out and slams the scythe down. in front of you. That's a great move. Huge opening. Eating all the levers here, because at this point, we're just gunning for the sub 6. Does not matter. Great pattern there. And now Clone is out, hoping he is nice and he can show up so that we can deal damage. We're in a good position here. He's wasting a lot of time. We don't want to just stand there and die because we just need one good move to get the sub 6, and he does it. We're in there. Rivals, sub 6, Kronos defeated, not even close. One of the most absolutely insane builds you will ever see. The back half of this run, especially Fields and some of those Tartarus rooms, were legendary. Pretty good Kronos fight, especially phase 2. Cannot believe it. Shaking, freaking out, doing all the things that you would imagine when you get only the second ever sub 6 rivals. And honestly, just a generally solid time. This would be an okay time for any fear if you were starting out. This is truly one of the most insane, most cracked out builds that you can imagine. Got to pin all the boons for fun, for the screenshot. Look at that slow cooker. 14 extra power. My goodness. Truly unbelievable. Take the screenshot, send it to the Hades Speed Cord, which is in the link description below if you want to join. Still in disbelief. But thank you for watching. Maybe I'll beat this, maybe I won't. But see you next time on the channel. Bye-bye.
That is until the Titan, with the princess at his mercy, took the opportunity to give a speech, during which the princess slew him after all.
Return to Shadow now. Just need to keep that up. A satisfactory result that time, wouldn't you say?